So we we bring in Coach John Armini of the Western Reserve Blue Devils. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Always. All right. So you've got a Western Reserve team who has fell in hard times before this year. You come in, you realize what's happening. You're able to sculpt that clay, and you guys are back in the playoffs with some passion this year. What has changed in the last few years to lead to this year?
It's been a long road of a lot of hard work of a lot of different players and coaches. I think what's been different this year, maybe compared to last year, I think is the total buy-in. I think the kids know that we're going to be sticking around for a while. We've been able to work them really hard in the off season with the weights and some of the agility stuff to kind of get their bodies ready, and just their digesting the playbook and understanding what we're trying to do has been a lot better this year. And we knew that would happen. We were pretty young last year. We got a lot of experience back. So I think it's just kind of clicking on all cylinders, for the first time out there in a while.
So when you look at this year's offense, it's all about Luke Hennig and what's around him, the pieces that are built around him. Talk about having that veteran quarterback with that veteran presence and a guy that is just amazingly confident at that position.
I mean, yeah, he's a dude. That's kind of the saying that we use around our locker room is like, are you a dude or not? And he's definitely that. I can't begin to explain to anyone who's not in that locker room how much he means to us. He is tough. He's a caring leader. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's got a bunch of picks on defense. He's just one of those guys that you just kind of like a once every couple of years kind of football player. And he throws us on his back. Some of the tough games we've had this year, battling Lowville, battling Mineral Ridge, he just throws us on his back, does a fantastic job of doing that for us.
In this Battle of the Blue Devils this week in week 11, you look at kind of Lisbon, you look at Western Reserve, and it's kind of like looking in the mirror. It's like that Spider-Man meme that they're both pointing at each other. You guys have come a long way. You've been overlooked for better, for worse, the entire season. When you look at Lisbon, what do you see?
I think there are some similarities. I think that they're a program trying to prove themselves. I think we are a program trying to prove ourselves. So there's certainly some common threads there. I think they have great skill. Their quarterback is really talented. They got a couple of receivers and some running backs that we have to try to corral. So I think they present some serious challenges for us. I think where we want to kind of hang our hat is trying to control the line of scrimmage. I think that when we've had some success this year, we've been able to do that. We're experienced there, we're big there, we're strong there, and we need those guys to step up and have a great night Friday night for us to have success.
Speaking of success, what makes this 2023 year a success for the Western Reserve Blue Devils?
I think that the fact that we've been able to find some stability. This program had two head coaches for a very long time and was able to thrive. Under Coach Hake, especially recently, and then I think there was a lot of changeover in leadership there, and it's hard to be successful when that happens. So I think our staff has been able to provide some of that stability, to allow the kids to kind of get in their groove. And I just think that showing some fight, showing some physical football, our kind of brand of football, which is the kind of brand of football that they were doing when they were winning regional titles 10 years ago, kind of bring that back. I think the kids have a lot of pride, in that physicality. So that's kind of, that's the goal. That's been the goal since day one. And, I think we're slowly inching our way there.
Coach, I can't appreciate you enough. You know how much I think of you, and obviously taking some time out tonight, late tonight, at bath time to take some time out for us and everybody at home. Thank you so much, and good luck on Friday and the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Pleasure as always.
Thanks, buddy.